Yo, what is up everybody? It's Trek&Tally here, and let me tell you something. I love traveling, seeing new places, meeting new people, eating weird food. So, today we're diving deep into the top 10 most expensive cities to visit, right here in the good old US of A. We're talking big hitters, tourist traps, the whole 9 yards. Before we start, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get this show on the road. For free travel guides from all over the world, check out the link in the description. Let's kick things off with the city that never sleeps, the Big Apple, the one and only New York City. Look, we all know New York is expensive, right? It's like the default setting for an expensive city. Rent is insane, eating out can cost you an arm and a leg, and don't even get me started on trying to hail a cab during rush hour. But here's the thing, New York is also one of the most vibrant, exciting, and culturally diverse cities on the planet. So how do you experience the best of New York without going broke? First off, ditch the taxis and embrace the subway. It's cheap, it's efficient, most of the time, and it's a quintessential New York experience. Second, take advantage of the city's incredible parks. Central Park is an obvious choice, but there are hidden gems all over the place. And when it comes to museums, check their websites for free admission days. Next up, we're heading west to the city by the bay. San Francisco. Now, San Francisco might be known for its iconic bridge and charming Victorian houses, but it's also become notorious for its sky-high cost of living. But don't let that scare you away just yet. With a little planning, you can still enjoy this beautiful city without breaking the bank. First cost savings tip, consider staying outside the city center. Neighborhoods like Oakland and Berkeley offer more affordable accommodation options and are just a quick BART ride away. Speaking of BART, San Francisco has a great public transportation system that includes buses, trains, and even those iconic cable cars. Use them, and don't forget about all the amazing free things to do in San Francisco. Head to Crissy Field or Fort Point for stunning views of the Golden Gate Bridge, all for free. Let's be real, who hasn't dreamed of escaping to Hawaii? The beaches, the surfing, the laid-back vibes, it's basically paradise on Earth. But paradise comes at a price, especially in Honolulu. Being a remote island chain in the middle of the Pacific Ocean means everything has to be shipped in, which drives up prices. But don't worry, I've got your back and your wallet. The key to saving money in Honolulu is all about planning ahead. Book your flights and accommodations well in advance to snag the best deals. And when it comes to food, skip the fancy restaurants and embrace the local food truck scene. And of course, the best things in Honolulu are free. The beaches. Want a free travel guide? Check out the link in the description to get yours. Next up is Los Angeles. LA is expensive, like really expensive, but it's also the entertainment capital of the world. A sprawling metropolis with endless sunshine, incredible food, and beaches that seem to stretch on forever. So how do you navigate this city of dreams without draining your bank account? First thing you do is ditch the rental car. Traffic in LA is legendary, and not in a good way. And parking can cost you an arm and a leg. Instead, embrace rideshare apps or use LA's surprisingly decent public transportation system. Griffith Observatory offers stunning views of the city skyline and the Hollywood sign, and the Getty Center boasts world-class art and architecture, all for free. And when it comes to food, you know I gotta recommend those food trucks. You can eat like a king without spending a king's ransom. Next up, we're heading to the Sunshine State, to the city where the party never stops, Miami. Miami is known for its beautiful beaches, Art Deco architecture, and vibrant nightlife. But all that glamour comes with a price tag to match. So how do you experience the best of Miami without going broke? Timing is everything. Visiting during the off-season, May to June or September to October, will save you a ton on flights and accommodations. And when it comes to getting around, skip the taxis and rent a bike instead. Miami is surprisingly bike-friendly, and it's a great way to explore the city's different neighborhoods. Miami Beach is iconic, but it's also crowded and expensive. For a more local experience, head to South Beach or Haulover Beach, and for a taste of Miami's famous nightlife without breaking the bank, check out the city's many happy hour specials. Alright, history buffs, this one's for you. Boston, Massachusetts. Boston is one of the oldest cities in the United States with a rich history and culture. But all that history comes at a price. Hotels can be expensive, especially during peak season, and eating out can quickly drain your funds. Boston is an incredibly walkable city, so ditch the taxis and embrace your inner pedestrian. Put on your walking shoes and explore the city's historic neighborhoods like Beacon Hill, Back Bay, and the North End. You'll discover hidden gems and charming streets that you'd never find from inside a car. And speaking of walking, one of the best ways to experience Boston is by following the Freedom Trail. This 2.5-mile-long path takes you past 16 historical landmarks, including Paul Revere's house, the Old North Church, and the Boston Massacre site. And when hunger strikes, skip the fancy restaurants and head to Quincy Market. For your free travel guide, check out the link in the description. Let's head to the Midwest, to the heart of America, Chicago, Illinois. Chicago is a city of big shoulders and even bigger dreams. It's known for its stunning architecture, world-class museums, and vibrant culinary scene. But all that comes at a price, right? Well, not necessarily. Chicago might be a major city, but it's also surprisingly affordable, especially compared to some of the other cities on this list. Public transportation is your friend in Chicago. The L train system is extensive and efficient, and buses can get you pretty much anywhere you need to go. And when it comes to attractions, Chicago has a ton of free options. Millennium Park is a must-visit, with its iconic Cloudgate sculpture, also known as the Bean, Crown Fountain, and Lurie Garden. And for art lovers, the Art Institute of Chicago offers free admission on Thursday evenings. Skip the Michelin-starred restaurants and head to one of the city's many neighborhood diners or ethnic restaurants. Next stop, Washington, D.C., our nation's capital. D.C. is a city of power, history, and let's face it, expensive hotels and restaurants. But don't let that deter you from experiencing all that this iconic city has to offer. First off, embrace the metro. DC's subway system is clean, efficient, and affordable, and it can get you to most of the major attractions. And speaking of attractions, DC is home to some of the best and free museums in the world. The Smithsonian museums are a must-visit, with everything from the National Air and Space Museum to the National Museum of Natural History to the National Museum of American History. You could literally spend days exploring these museums without spending a dime on admission. Welcome to Las Vegas, a city built on excess. Casinos, shows, nightclubs, it's all about indulging in the finer things in life. But what if I told you that you can experience the glitz and glamour of Vegas without emptying your bank account? First off, timing is everything. Weekdays are significantly cheaper than weekends, and if you can swing it, try visiting during the off-season, summer or early fall. Now let's talk hotels. Yes, those mega resorts on the Strip are tempting, but they'll also cost you a small fortune. Consider staying off the Strip or using hotel rewards programs to score free nights or upgrades. The Bellagio fountains are a must-see, and many casinos offer free shows and attractions to lure in visitors. And for food, skip the expensive buffets and celebrity chef restaurants and embrace the city's surprisingly diverse culinary scene. Last but not least, we're heading to the Pacific Northwest, to the Emerald City, Seattle. Seattle is known for its stunning natural beauty, thriving tech scene, and of course its coffee culture. But all that comes at a price, right? Well, not necessarily. Seattle might be a booming city, but it's also surprisingly affordable, especially if you know where to look. First things first, embrace public transportation. Seattle has a great network of buses, light rail, and even a monorail. And if you're feeling adventurous, rent a bike and explore the city's many bike paths. Pike Place Market is a must-visit with its fresh seafood, colorful flowers, and quirky shops. And for stunning views of the city skyline, head to Cary Park or the Space Needle, although be prepared to shell out some cash for the latter. But skip the big chains and head to one of the city's many independent coffee shops. So there you have it, folks, the top 10 most expensive cities to visit in the USA, along with my insider tips on how to experience them without going broke. Remember, traveling doesn't have to be about breaking the bank. With a little planning and some smart choices, you can have an amazing time in any city, no matter the cost. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment below letting me know which city you're dying to visit, and which money-saving tips you're going to use. For a library of free travel guides, click the link in the description to get your copy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy travels!